Hey, 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 hey! Vida Louca!
Going to talk bad about anybody. We're not going to lower ourselves to their level. I want them to bring themselves to our level. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody. We're here to talk about 183 and to the membership. Any questions you need to ask, please go ahead and ask anything you want after the meeting. Okay, please. And so everybody is here can hear the truth. We're here for a reason. 2 years ago, I know there's a lot of rumors going on. A lot of rumors. One reason we're here to tell you is, forget about the rumors. We have one goal in common. It's to make sure we keep Local 183 united, strong, and not divided. Because the moment we divide this local, we're doomed, we're done, we're finished. We made a promise that we're not going to break the East. We made a promise we're not going to break Local 183. And I can tell you, over our dead bodies, we're going to let somebody come from Hamilton and make it break the East away.
Not likely.
Not a chance in hell. Not over my dead body and sword there. If anybody on my side would allow that to happen, I would buy a gun and shoot them. And then shoot myself. Because that's not going to happen. We promised you 4 years ago. And we're promising you again that it's not happening. But that will happen if we don't get elected. Because they already proven. They already said it. And they will do it. If we do not get elected, they will divide the East and they will give the East to 506. And I'm telling you, regardless if we're here or not, you do not let that happen because there's a law in Ontario. It's called Bill 80. If they ever dream of doing it, that's your job, your duty to make sure you follow Bill 80 for them not to take this away from you. If you don't want to say the facts about me, and if you don't say my name, if you don't say what it is, it means it's not true. If it's the truth, you put it in writing. That's how it is. That's how it becomes true. We became executive board member in September the 8th. 3 months later, we had a meeting at Tri-Fund's office with Joe Mancinelli, the region manager, the vice president, Joe Mancinelli. He put it to us that he wanted to give back the East to 506. I can tell you that I'm very aggressive sometimes. But at that day, I saw the bad side of Danny Avero. I didn't need to say much. We had a conversation for half an hour. The conversation ended very badly. We were supposed to be the boys. At that moment, we told our dad, we were telling him that it's impossible. We're not going to be the people that are going to divide this local union. In January, we met again, after Christmas and New Year's. Then they came up with an issue. They said, we'll create a panel of 3 vice presidents. They'll decide to give the East away and the West to 837. It doesn't become your problem politically. It doesn't become you. You didn't do it. Blame on the panel. We said, you do that, we'll follow Bill 80. And there's no way now we're going to let that happen. From that on, the fight was on. The fight wasn't on because we were not managing the local properly. The fight wasn't on because people steal money. The fight wasn't on because we're doing unethical practices called issues. The fight was on because they wanted to divide. And when they push you against the wall, and if you're weak, you crumble, and you'll say yes, because you don't want anything to come on the surface. I have no problem with fighting. If I fight for my brothers and my sisters, if I fight for what I believe, and if I fight to keep this local intact, and if I fight to keep us together united, I'm going to fight until the day I die, because there's no way in hell I was going to allow that to happen. We follow the Bill 80, and that's where we are. Not because we steal, If I had $30 million, you think I would be here talking to you today? I would be the president of the Azores. I would buy the $9 islands. They cost about $1 million each. And I would live like a king. Brothers and sisters, nobody steals money from unions. We have something in place no other union has. We have the Secretary Treasurer. You have 3 auditors that you elected that goes there every 3 months. You have the 5th largest company in the world, not in North America, in the world, that comes and checks your books every single month. This is something that's unheard of. Only Local 183 has that procedure in place in La Yuna. The investigation started April 17, 2009. They came into Local 183. They wanted to check everything. We were more than glad. Actually, I had a little bit of an argument with Ron Ping. He was going to charge me right there and then. He was charging me for bar conduct, not cooperating. The only thing I asked, I just said, can Local 183 have a lawyer? You come in here and you ask for all this? But at the end of the day, we did what we had to do. We had nothing to hide. We let him check everything. It went on for 1.5 years. An investigation doesn't take 1.5 years when you have everything with you in 3 days. He went on. He did his report that you all know about Mr. Pink's report. And on that report, it says things that if you really read it, we are crooks. We're the worst people on earth. They went on and said that I have companies doing a sprinkler system in my house. Don't know who that company is. They went on and said that Jamie Mello had the same system in his house that came from University of Toronto. Jesus Christ, good stuff, man. I know this house. I know his house. His backyard is the size of this. No way. No way. A little smaller. The only system that he has is his wife with a hoe. I don't know if the day they went by, they took pictures of his wife gardening the grass and they thought it was a sprinkler system. I never had a contractor in my house, guys. I promise you on my kids. Never had renovations done in my house. But the problem when they said all that stuff, it's because they never thought they were going to be caught. Because when we fought the lady, the board actually issued an order for production. For them to give every single email between Joe Mancinelli and Ron Clean, every fax letter, every email, every phone calls between them. That's when they got caught, because all the lies that they said, it was on Mr. Pink's site book. He doesn't remember who said it. He doesn't know where they said it. He can't remember because there was too many people in the room. This is an investigation that took 1.5 years. This is a lawyer, an investigator, that spent $2.5 million and doesn't know who said what, where, and what. I don't know. You tell me. Then he does his report to the International Union. It's called Pink's Report. And now Pink's Report, all the stuff that was there, he recommended to our international to put Local 183 on the trusteeship.
Why?
Even though he tells our general president, I recommend to put Local 183 on the trusteeship, the general president grabs his report, reads it, and says, this doesn't make any sense, because these are not the guys that I know. These are the guys that I actually fought for that stuff not to happen. What would have happened? We got called to go to Washington. We went to Washington. We met with him 3 times, actually. The first time he met, I took a briefcase with Danny Avero. Anything that he wanted to ask, we would show him. He asked about the per diem. It's been here since 1952, since we were found by Jerry Gallagher. It was never changed. How can you do something wrong that it was never changed? But we were placing people in place to replace the per diem policy. He goes, did you give copies to Pink when he asked for? I said, everything that we're bringing to you, we give copies to Pink. He asked about the hauling hall. We show him that we were doing the hauling hall. He goes, did you give copies to Ron Pink? I said, yes. Everything that we're giving it to you, we give it to Pink. 3 days he was in the office, we gave everything that he asked for, every single email, every single picture that was in that system, he has it. We go the second time to Washington. Terry O'Sullivan asked us, would you mind if we send, first of all, I'm sorry I'm going to go back, because I just remember, I'm going by one. When Pink does his report, Terry O'Sullivan writes to him and says, please give us, to the international, your top priorities if the issues that you think I should put Local 183 on the trusteeship, Ron Pink writes it back and says, here's my top priorities under the Canadian Code of Ethics and the International Constitution. Not just on one, like they say. There's a letter here. And he says, these are the 12 items that we think it's issues that I recommend that we put Local 183 on the trusteeship. When we went back to Washington, Terry O'Sullivan didn't give us the report. We didn't even know that Ron Pink had written this stuff. Incredible. He goes, would you mind if we send an auditor from the International to go see these 12 items? I said he can come with me in the same plane that I came to Washington. I have nothing to hide. He can come today. We have no problem. They sent a guy by the name of John Bailey. The guy was a retiree from the Army, Special Army in the States. He was an ex-FBI agent for 20 years, and he was working for La Una for 15 years. He was the right-hand man of Terry O'Sullivan. He was the guy when there's a problem, when there's an audit to be done in the States, whatever it is that he has to go, he's the guy that goes. He came, he was at Local 183 7 days. 7 days, not a year and a half. 7 days. He grabbed all the records that Ron Pink had, all the binders, and says, these are the 12 items, these are the issues, look at it. 7 days he was at Local 183. You know how much it cost Local 183 when he was here? $0. Didn't cost anything because he came and checked. He didn't come and check us. He came and checked Ron Pink. Then you have John Bailey report that contradicts Ron Pink's report. Sends the report to International and says there are issues that exist in Local 183. It's the same issues that exist in any other local in North America. There's no reason for trusteeship. There's no reason for supervision. Done. Done.
Hey, 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 hey! Vida Louca!